Right, today I'm looking at session 2 of Things That Can Wound Us, and today it's about what might happen in the womb. Because there can be wounds from the time that we are in the womb, and it does seem a bit like modern medicine is slowly catching up with the Bible because they are beginning to realise the importance of the time in the womb. And I want to first of all begin by reading from Psalm 139, which we've used a bit over the last weeks. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. God has his hand on us and he knows all about us from the time of our conception. In Jeremiah chapter 1, the word came to Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. We are beings from the time of conception, and the time in the womb is precious, and it affects the person that we become. Now we know about physical effects like some poor little baby born drug addicted, but there are also emotional effects. I read the story of a lady who was very happily married with a nice, happy family, but she had this underlying sense of sadness. And she was praying about this one day, and someone praying with her, and the lady praying with her got the word that she had been a twin and that the twin had been miscarried. They prayed about this and the sadness left her. And so when she got home, she rang her mother and asked if this were the case, and mother said yes, she'd lost the twin. Another lady we prayed for was a very fearful person. And when talking with her, we learnt that her mother had had a very traumatic experience while she was carrying her in the womb. We prayed through this, the fear went away, and it went away to the extent that people who knew nothing about this would comment on the change in this person. The baby in the womb can pick up mother's feelings. There may be feelings of resentment that she's pregnant once again, or it may be that she really, really wanted a girl and this is the fourth boy. And the baby can pick up a sense of not really being wanted. And even if after birth mother's delighted in this child and they have a very happy childhood, they can still have this underlying sense, I don't fit in, I don't belong. Babies can also hear, and they'll pick up things like the sound of angry voices if mum and dad are fighting all the time. And this can lead to a child that's very fearful. One issue that we have found many times is with adopted children that they have an underlying sense of rejection. Now, it doesn't happen with every person who's adopted, but it happens enough that there's a pattern there that you can see. And it does make sense because the baby hears its mother's voice, the baby knows its mother's heartbeat, and then when it's born, that's taken away. The baby doesn't understand what's going on, but all it knows is what it held as secure has suddenly gone. But God's desire is to heal and set us free and give us a healthy self-worth. So issues from the time in the womb can be prayed for and healed. But it also reminds us that those who are bearing a child need to be aware that they can affect how that little being is going to come into the world and how they're going to feel about themselves. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, so let's not damage the work that God does.
God.